I want to give my 2 cents or my thoughts on the recent situations with the government shutdown. And I made a video in the past kind of like saying along the lines of, if you don't have a plan for yourself, someone else has a plan for you, or lack thereof. And kind of where my thought process is going with that. I've experienced being fired and, was it called furlough, or just kind of like leave without pay, or whatever you would call it. And almost like having a company hold the fate of your life in their hands. And I never liked the feeling that that gave me. So I decided from that point forward that I will make certain decisions in my own personal life to empower me and lessen the power of people who thought they controlled me. And so I'm really bringing this up to say now would be the perfect time not to panic, and to also think about the people in your life, your actual resources on hand, and also to rethink and situate your mind to say, well, what if I couldn't lean on or be dependent on a government? And just in another perspective, if you work for a private company, what would you do if you couldn't depend on that private company? You know, as the US dollar gets weaker and as, things get more unstable, it doesn't matter who is in office or who's running the presidency. I kind of tend to look toward the middle lane. There's a far left and far right. And I might come out with a new series called Here's the Middle. But if I were to say here's the middle in this video, I would say there has to be a balance. So if you depend on a government entity or a private institution for your resources and your money, once you get paid, you got to separate a certain lane of that money for your own business or your own side gig, or actually make smart investments. So I'm not a big money person, but I do understand having the rug pulled from under you and you having to figure out what to do. And so what I'm essentially saying is, the more prepared you are when situations like this happen, the more you'll be ready to attack and get right back on track. And so I just want to say in this video to all the people out there who might either be on pause or might have been furloughed, it's not the end of the world. So just basically look at the situations that happen to you now and figure out and say to yourself, how can I better prepare, or how can I put myself in a better predicament when something like this occurs? So good luck to you guys out there. Stay encouraged. There are opportunities out there, and it may not be the same or on the same level as what you think, but as times go on, this might be the only options that we have. So really think about ways you can dig into your talent bag and dig into, I guess, your creativity bag, and maybe even look at some, blow the dust off some of your talents and gifts and start making that more of your lane and your avenue. All right. Listening to CLO Talks. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing, and also comment section below. If you were one of the many that were furloughed or laid off from government jobs, let me know in the comment section what your experiences are and what are some ways you can pull your resources or group together to support each other. All right. Take care.